Marcus Thompson held his wife's hand across the candlelit table. Their anniversary. 10 years. 10 years of building something beautiful together. 10 years of love that had survived everything life threw at them. Naomi smiled, her eyes reflecting the flickering candle flame. She wore a deep blue dress, elegant, simple. Her natural hair framed her face in soft curls. She looked exactly as she had on their wedding day. Radiant. "I can't believe we're finally here," she said softly. "Bistro Lumiere. You've been promising me this place for 2 years." Marcus squeezed her hand. "Only the best for you. Anniversary number 10 deserves something special." The restaurant glowed around them. Crystal chandeliers, white linen tablecloths, polished silverware that caught the light. French cuisine. 5-star reviews. A waiting list that stretched months. Marcus had made the reservation 6 weeks ago. Confirmed it twice. This was their night. What he didn't tell Naomi was that he owned this place. Not directly, not publicly, but he owned it. Marcus Thompson was the silent majority shareholder of Prestige Hospitality Group, the corporation that owned Bistro Lumiere and 17 other high-end restaurants across 3 states. He'd built his fortune in tech, sold his company at 35, invested wisely, stayed quiet. He liked it that way. No publicity, no recognition, just wealth working in the background while he lived normally. Tonight, he was just a husband celebrating his wife. Not a millionaire, not a corporate owner. Just Marcus, the man who'd fallen in love with Naomi in college, who'd proposed on a beach with a ring he'd saved for months to buy, who'd built a life with her through struggle and success. They'd arrived at 7:30. The hostess, a young white woman with a practiced smile, had greeted them warmly, checked the reservation, led them to their table near the window overlooking the garden. Everything seemed perfect. Then their waiter arrived. Chad Brennan, mid-30s, slicked back blonde hair, a smile that didn't reach his eyes. He approached their table with menus tucked under his arm. His eyes swept over them. Something shifted in his expression. Something cold. "Good evening." His voice was flat, professional on the surface, dismissive underneath. "Water for the table?" "Yes, please," Marcus said. "And we'd like to start with the wine list." Chad's eyebrow lifted slightly. The wine list, of course. He placed 2 menus on the table, but he didn't offer the wine menu. "I'll be back in a moment." He walked away. Marcus and Naomi exchanged glances. "Was that weird?" Naomi asked quietly. "Maybe he's just busy." Marcus didn't want to assume. Not yet. Not tonight. They studied their menus. The prices weren't listed, standard for establishments like this. Marcus knew every dish, every ingredient, every price point. He'd reviewed the financials for this location just last month. The pan-seared duck was exceptional. The bouillabaisse was the chef's specialty. The chocolate soufflé took 20 minutes to prepare but was worth every second. He wanted Naomi to experience it all. Chad returned with 2 glasses of water. He set them down without a word. "Could we see the wine list?" Marcus asked again. Polite, patient. "Are you sure you want wine?" Chad's tone carried something sharp. "We have a full bar. Maybe cocktails would be more your speed. Or beer. We have domestic options." Naomi's smile faded. "We'd like to see the wine list, please." Chad sighed, pulled a leather-bound menu from his apron, dropped it on the table. "The wines start at $75 a bottle. Just so you're aware." Marcus felt heat rise in his chest. "We're aware. Thank you." Chad walked away without another word. "Marcus." Naomi's voice was tight. "Did he just—" "Yeah." Marcus kept his voice low. "He did." Around them, other tables received warm attention. A white couple 2 tables over laughed with their waiter, who poured wine samples, made recommendations, joked easily. An elderly white couple near the window had their waiter crouched beside their table, pointing at menu items, explaining preparation methods with enthusiasm. Chad returned to Marcus and Naomi's table. No warmth, no engagement. Decided. He pulled out a notepad. "We'd like the 2018 Bordeaux," Marcus said, pointing to a wine priced at $150. And for appetizers, the foie gras and the oysters. Chad wrote nothing down. The foie gras is expensive. That's fine. It's $45. I understand. Just making sure you know what you're ordering. Chad's smile was condescending. Some people don't realize the prices here. Then there's an issue when the bill comes. Naomi's hand tightened around her water glass. We know what we're ordering. We can afford it. Can you just take our order, please? Chad's expression hardened. I'm just trying to help. No need to get defensive. We're not defensive. Marcus's voice stayed calm, but his jaw clenched. We're trying to have a nice dinner. Can you please bring us the wine and the appetizers we requested? Fine. Chad scribbled something on his notepad. Entrees. We'll decide after the appetizers. Most people order everything at once. It's more efficient. We'll order after the appetizers. Marcus's patience was wearing thin. Chad shrugged, walked away. He stopped at the white couple's table, laughed at something the man said, refilled their wine glasses personally, lingered to chat. Naomi leaned forward. Marcus, this is wrong. He's treating us like we don't belong here. I know. Should we say something? Ask for a different waiter. Marcus wanted to. God, he wanted to. But something held him back. Curiosity, maybe, or the desire to see how far this would go. Let's give him one more chance, Marcus said quietly. Maybe he's just having a bad night. But he knew better. This wasn't a bad night. This was racism. Subtle. Insidious. Wrapped in professional courtesy. 20 minutes passed. No wine. No appetizers. No Chad. Marcus watched him serve other tables. Attentive, smiling, efficient. He brought bread baskets, refilled drinks, checked on meals. He walked past Marcus and Naomi's table 3 times without making eye contact. Naomi's eyes glistened with frustration. This is our anniversary, Marcus. Our 10-year anniversary. And we're being treated like we're invisible. I see it, baby. I see it. I don't want to make a scene, but this isn't right. It's not right. Marcus pulled out his phone. And it's about to change. He opened his email, found the contact for Gerald Hoffman, the general manager of Bistro Lumiere. Marcus had hired Gerald himself 2 years ago. Impressive resume, 20 years in hospitality, impeccable references. Marcus had never met him in person. All their communication had been through corporate intermediaries. Gerald knew Marcus Thompson existed as a shareholder, but he'd never seen his face, never connected the name to a person. Marcus typed quickly. Gerald, this is Marcus Thompson. I'm currently dining at Bistro Lumiere with my wife. Table 12. Our waiter, Chad, has provided discriminatory service. We've been ignored, condescended to, and treated with obvious bias. I'm watching him serve other tables with care while neglecting ours. I need you to come to the dining room immediately. Don't announce who I am. Just observe. He hit send. 30 seconds later, his phone buzzed. Gerald's response was immediate. Mr. Thompson, I'm on my way to the floor now. I'll handle this personally. Marcus set his phone down. Naomi watched him, questions in her eyes. What did you do? Called the manager. Will that help? Or will it just make things worse? It's going to make things very different. Chad finally returned with their wine. He set the bottle on the table without ceremony. No presentation, no tasting pour. He filled their glasses carelessly, wine sloshing close to the rim. Your appetizers will be out eventually. Kitchen's backed up. He turned to leave. Excuse me. Marcus's voice stopped him. You didn't let me taste the wine first. It's fine. It's from the bottle. That's not proper service. You're supposed to pour a small amount, let the guest taste it, then pour for the table. Chad's face flushed. Are you telling me how to do my job? I'm telling you standard wine service protocol. Listen. Chad leaned closer, voice dropping. I've been doing this for 10 years. I know what I'm doing. Maybe you're used to different kinds of places, but here we have certain standards. If you're not comfortable, maybe you should try somewhere else. The words hung in the air. Poisonous. Clear. Naomi stood up, We're leaving. Naomi, wait. Marcus touched her hand gently. No, Marcus. I'm not sitting here being disrespected. Not tonight. Not on our anniversary. A man in a dark suit appeared beside their table. Gerald Hoffman, 52 years old, silver hair, sharp eyes that took in everything. Good evening. I'm Gerald Hoffman, the general manager. I understand there's been an issue with your service tonight. Chad straightened, his demeanor shifting instantly. No issue, sir. Just a misunderstanding. I wasn't talking to you, Chad. Gerald's voice was ice. I was talking to our guests. Marcus met Gerald's eyes. We've been here for 40 minutes. We received water. That's it. Our waiter has been dismissive, condescending, and has provided drastically different service to other tables. We ordered wine and appetizers 30 minutes ago. The wine just arrived, improperly served. No appetizers yet. Gerald's jaw tightened. He turned to Chad. Is this accurate? Sir, I've been busy. The kitchen is backed up. I'm doing my best. You stopped at table 7 twice to chat. You refilled wine at table 3. You brought bread to table 9. Gerald's voice was deadly calm. You've walked past this table multiple times without checking on them. Why? Chad's face went red. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie to me, Chad. I've been watching from the bar for the last 10 minutes. I saw everything. The dining room had gone quieter. Other guests watched, pretending not to. Gerald turned back to Marcus and Naomi. I apologize profoundly for this experience. This is not the standard we hold at Bistro Lumiere. Your meal tonight is completely complimentary, and I'd like to personally oversee the rest of your evening. That's not necessary, Marcus said quietly. But I appreciate it. It's absolutely necessary. Gerald's eyes never left Chad. Chad, you're dismissed for the evening. Go to my office. We'll talk after service. What? You can't just. I can and I am. Office. Now. Chad's mouth opened, closed. He looked at Marcus and Naomi, something ugly flashing in his eyes. Then he turned and walked toward the back, his shoulders rigid with anger. Gerald pulled out a chair. May I sit for just a moment? Marcus nodded. Gerald sat, his expression serious. I need you to know that what happened here tonight is unacceptable. If you're willing, I'd like to hear exactly what occurred, so I can address it properly. Naomi spoke first, her voice steady despite her anger. From the moment he approached our table, he treated us differently. He questioned our wine choice. He warned us about prices. He implied we couldn't afford the food. He ignored us while serving other tables with warmth and attention. He made us feel like we didn't belong. Gerald closed his eyes briefly. I'm so sorry. Truly. This behavior will have consequences. Will it? Marcus's voice was quiet. Or will you give him a warning and send him back out here to do it again to someone else? He's fired. Gerald's voice was firm. Effective immediately. I won't tolerate discrimination in any form. Not in this restaurant. Not ever. Marcus studied him. Gerald seemed sincere. But Marcus had heard promises before. How many times has this happened before? Marcus asked. Gerald hesitated. I don't know. If it has, it hasn't been reported. Or it was reported and nothing was done. The words landed heavy. Gerald's face showed shame. You're right. I should have been more vigilant. I should have created an environment where staff knew this behavior would never be tolerated. I failed. And I'm sorry. Naomi wiped her eyes. Tears of frustration, of hurt, of exhaustion from fighting battles that shouldn't exist. Marcus reached across the table, took her hand. Baby, do you want to stay? Or do you want to go somewhere else? I don't know. Her voice cracked. I just wanted one nice night. One night where we could just be a couple celebrating. Not fighting. Not proving we belong. Just being. Marcus's heart broke. For her. For every time she'd faced this. For every black person who'd been made to feel less than. He looked at Gerald. Give us a moment, please. Gerald stood. Of course. Take all the time you need. And again, I'm truly sorry. He walked away. Marcus moved his chair closer to Naomi's, put his arm around her. I'm sorry, Naomi. I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. I know. But I hate that this happened. I hate that we can't just exist without this garbage. She leaned into him. What do you want to do? Marcus thought about it. They could leave. Go somewhere else. Salvage what was left of the evening. Or they could stay. Make a point. Demand the respect they deserved. I want to stay, he said quietly. I want to have the dinner we planned. I want to celebrate 10 years with you. And I don't want that waiter to win. Naomi looked up at him. Are you sure? I'm sure. But only if you're comfortable. This is your night too. She took a breath, nodded. Okay, let's stay. Marcus signaled to Gerald, who approached immediately. We'd like to continue our dinner, Marcus said. But I need you to understand something. This isn't just about tonight. This is about culture, about training, about making sure every person who walks through that door is treated with dignity. I understand, and I commit to that. Good, because I'm going to hold you to it. Gerald nodded. I'll personally serve you for the rest of the evening, and I'd like to send out the chef's tasting menu, if you're willing, our absolute best. That would be lovely. Thank you. Gerald smiled, genuine warmth replacing the earlier tension. It's my honor. He walked toward the kitchen. Marcus and Naomi sat together, her head on his shoulder. 10 years, she whispered. 10 years, he repeated. And I'd do it all again. Every moment. Even this one. She laughed softly. Even this one? Even this one. Because we're together. And we're not going anywhere. The evening transformed. Gerald brought course after course, each more exquisite than the last. Oysters with mignonette perfectly shucked. Foie gras that melted on the tongue. Duck confit with crispy skin and tender meat. Bouillabaisse rich with saffron and seafood. Each dish was presented with care, with explanation, with respect. Other diners watched. Some with curiosity. Some with understanding. A black couple 3 tables over caught Marcus's eye and nodded. Solidarity. Recognition. The chef himself came out. A tall white man with kind eyes and flour on his apron. I heard what happened, he said quietly. I'm ashamed that occurred in my restaurant. Please know that you're welcome here. Always. Marcus shook his hand. Thank you. The food is incredible. It's my pleasure. Truly. As they ate, as they laughed, as they fell back into the anniversary celebration they'd planned, Marcus felt his phone buzz. An email from Gerald. Mr. Thompson, I've terminated Chad's employment effective immediately. I'm also implementing mandatory bias training for all staff, effective next week. I'd welcome the opportunity to discuss further measures with you at your convenience. Thank you for giving us the chance to make this right. Marcus showed Naomi the email. She smiled, squeezed his hand. You still haven't told him who you are, have you? No, not yet. When will you? Maybe never. Maybe it doesn't matter. It matters. People should know that the man they disrespected owns their workplace. Marcus considered that. Maybe. Or maybe the point is that it shouldn't matter. I should be treated with respect whether I own the place or I'm a teacher or a mechanic or anything else. You're right. Naomi's eyes shone with pride. You're absolutely right. Dessert arrived. Chocolate soufflé, perfectly risen, dusted with powdered sugar. 2 spoons. They shared it, feeding each other bites, laughing like they had on their first date. Gerald approached as they finished. I hope the evening improved. It did. Thank you, Gerald. It's the least I could do, and I meant what I said. Changes are coming. Real changes. Marcus stood, extended his hand. Gerald shook it. I'm going to hold you to that, Gerald, because I'm Marcus Thompson, majority shareholder of Prestige Hospitality Group. Your boss. Gerald's face went white. His hand froze in Marcus's grip. You're Marcus Thompson? I am. I had no idea. I've never seen a photo. All our communication has been through corporate. I know. I prefer it that way. Gerald's eyes widened with horror. Mr. Thompson, I am so deeply sorry. If I had known. That's exactly the point, Gerald. Marcus's voice was gentle but firm. You shouldn't need to know who I am to treat me with respect. Every guest deserves what you gave us after you intervened. Not because of who they are or what they own, but because they're human. Gerald nodded slowly, understanding dawning. You're absolutely right. I failed tonight. Not just you, but every person of color who might have experienced this and stayed silent. So fix it. Really fix it. Training, oversight, consequences. Make this place somewhere everyone feels welcome. I will. You have my word. Marcus handed him a business card. Call me next week. We'll discuss systemic changes across all our properties. This doesn't just happen here. It happens everywhere. And we're going to stop it. Gerald took the card with shaking hands. Thank you for the opportunity to make this right. Marcus and Naomi walked toward the exit. The dining room watched them go. Some guests smiled. Some looked ashamed. The black couple from across the room stood as they passed. Thank you, the woman said softly, for staying, for fighting. Always, Naomi replied. Outside, the night air was cool. Stars scattered across the sky. Marcus pulled Naomi close. Happy anniversary, baby. Happy anniversary. She kissed him softly. That was the most complicated, frustrating, ultimately satisfying dinner I've ever had. Marcus laughed. Same. But we did it together. Always together. They walked to their car hand in hand. Behind them, inside the restaurant, Gerald gathered his staff. Changes were coming. Real changes. Because one couple refused to accept less than they deserved. 3 weeks later, Marcus sat in his home office reviewing reports. Naomi brought him coffee, kissed the top of his head. How's it going? Good. Really good, actually. He turned the laptop so she could see. Gerald implemented bias training at all 17 locations. Anonymous reporting systems. Diverse hiring initiatives. 3 managers were terminated for discriminatory practices. Staff satisfaction is up. Guest complaints about discrimination are down 70%. Naomi smiled. You changed things. We changed things. You were ready to walk out. You refused to accept it. That mattered. His phone rang. Gerald's name appeared on the screen. Marcus Thompson. Mr. Thompson, it's Gerald. I wanted to update you personally. We just received a letter from a black family who dined at our Chicago location. They said it was the first time they felt truly welcome at a fine dining establishment. The staff was warm, attentive, respectful. They're bringing their whole family back next month. Marcus felt emotion rise in his throat. That's exactly what we're working toward. It's happening. Slowly, but it's happening. Thank you for pushing us to be better. Thank you for listening. After he hung up, Naomi wrapped her arms around him from behind. You could have just fired everyone and moved on, but you chose to create change instead. Firing people doesn't fix the problem. It just moves it somewhere else. Real change takes work, takes commitment, takes people willing to be uncomfortable and grow. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. That night, they returned to Bistro Lumiere. Same table, same anniversary celebration, done right this time. Gerald greeted them personally, warmth and respect in every word. Their waiter, a young black woman named Jasmine, provided impeccable service with genuine joy. The food was exquisite. The atmosphere was perfect. And for the first time, Marcus and Naomi could just be a couple celebrating their love. No fighting, no proving, just being. As they shared dessert, Marcus raised his glass. To 10 years. To fighting together. To changing the world one dinner at a time. Naomi clinked her glass against his. To us. Always us. Around them, the restaurant hummed with diverse voices. Diverse faces. Everyone welcomed. Everyone valued. It wasn't perfect yet. But it was better. And better was worth fighting for.